It's evening here, and I'm just wrapping up the last of my garlic. It's all cured now. I've cleaned it up. I find that very therapeutic, actually. Uh, Trimming the ends and peeling off those rough skins and both ends. But this year I decided to bunch my garlic, and I'll show you what I've done. You do not need to do that. Obviously, you can toss them in a basket, and as long as there's air circulation, it'll be great. They do say there's a reason why the Italians do this. Air circulation is great. I'm lucky my house has forced air, returned air ducts throughout, so our humidity is excellent, and our temperature works really well for storage in my house. A lot of people can't do that, I understand, but we can. So I'll show you what I've done. I cured them in groups of 10, hanging them in my garage, and I've just bunched them in groups of 10. Hardneck garlic, you can't weave them, but you can, or braid them, but you can bunch them. So that's what I've done. I've also chosen 26 of my largest cloves. Those cloves are going to be planted October 6th. And the reason I'm doing that is because October 6th, I planted 2 plantings, I split it into last year. I did October 6th and October 14th, 50 each. And the October 6th were significantly larger, so I'm going to go for that. They needed that extra, you know, getting their roots in and getting established before our cold here, actually in my climate anyways. This is music garlic. I've, as I say, 26 heads, which should be, I'm not sure, I've calculated this before, I can't think what it is now. It's close to 150 garlic that I'm hoping for next year. So I'm shooting for garlic sustainability. I think I've achieved it this year, that's great. I'm getting close to onion sustainability, and I'm a little bit off from potato sustainability, but with more garden space as we dig each year, I think I'll get there too. But I'm pleased with the harvest this year. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing, and again, I have to preface all this by saying this is not necessary to stir your garlic, but A, it looks nice and clean, looks pretty, but most importantly, B, I guess, is I'm storing potatoes, I'm storing onions. I'm just gonna, you know, I don't want it messy and I want it clean, and so I've chosen to do it this way. I'll show you what I've got. I talk about the bulb, by the way. It's human nature to want to see how big we can get our vegetables and get the biggest. But garlic, you have to find that right moment. If you go over it and you know, think, oh, well, I'll get larger bulbs. You will get larger bulbs, but they won't store. So if you're into storage, be careful of when you harvest. It has to be before they pass their ultimate maturity. I have another video about that if you want to read that or watch that. So when you pull a garlic bulb to test, which we all do, go by your leaves, but you'll see, you'll look at it and you'll think, oh, it's not bulbing up. Let me get that in. And I'm going to leave it in longer. Don't succumb to that. We all want to, and I'm going to show you why. As they dry, that's when the bulbs really, the cloves, sorry, will show. Not necessarily when you first pull it, because it's loose and you're not going to see it. It just looks like one big round ball, so you think, oh, I'll leave it in a bit more. But for storability, this has to shrink down. You still have to maintain as many wrappers as you can, which is the leaves. So you have to have as many green leaves as possible for the curing. And the bulbs will, the cloves, I'm sorry, I'm so confusing you. The cloves will do their own thing. As it shrinks and tightens and cures properly and nice and hard, the cloves start popping out. So even though you're stressed at first thinking, oh, I should leave it in a bit more, go with your knowledge of when to pull, and don't go for the ultimate, because what will happen, these start to, the bulbs, as they do grow more, they start to push out. And when it's over the time. And if they push out, they're breaking through the wrappers and it just won't store. And it will allow it to start to want to grow, things like that. I should also say, if you store your garlic too cold, I just kicked that up. Which for me, a lot of people, I've heard another video person saying, don't bother, you're not doing all this, just throw them in their allotment shed. That won't work here where I live because it's too cold. So if I put it in my garage, or if you put it out in an unheated greenhouse or anything like that, when a warm day happens, sun beats in, your garlic will start to sprout because it thinks it's hit the winter and it's got a warm day and it's going to sprout, and it will happen. Seen it. So I don't store it outside. I store it or in a shed or anything like that. I store it in my house, and they will last. Music garlic, porcelain garlic is a very long storage garlic. So I think it ranks 3rd overall in all garlic, actually, which is really cool because it grows so well here. Anyways, I'll show you the other little bunches, I'm calling them. I don't know what they're called. It's not braiding. Soft neck you can braid, hard neck not. But I'll show you the bunches I have. Okay, so no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's just fooling around for me, but I'll show you what I do. So I take 3, again I'm shooting for 10. If you want to do more, just keep grouping. And you're going to take your first 3 and you're going to take your string, tie it around, and tie it as tight as you possibly can right there. They will continue to sort of wither away, so you want to make sure it's really, really tight. And then after that one, I just used sort of your kitchen string, I call it, but you could make it prettier with some lovely twines. I don't know, I actually used the string that I used to hang them, so I'm a bit too frugal maybe, but anyway, let's do that. And then you just keep adding, so put another one in the middle. Another 2 more. I'm not actually doing it because it would be too time consuming and I'm too finicky. And it would be making, I don't know, I just make a mess. Anywho, you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. I'm making it look complicated. And then you'll tie another, strengthen it here again and carry on with the others. So I think you can understand it. It's not too complicated to figure out. So you go through, and I think I did wrong there. You will have something like that, okay? And then you can hang one in your pantry or wherever you've got it, and you just cut what you need. You can store the rest if you have some place that you like to store them. I usually keep a few, but the rest I'll store. Now this is the first time though that I've actually bunched them. I usually keep just bowls or baskets of garlic, but I'm just glad it's tidy, and because we this time of year I'm storing things all over the place. My freezer's full, my utility room is full, and it looks, I think, it's not everybody's cup of tea, I'm sure, but I think they look really pretty, and they stay very sturdy. These are really, really sturdy. You can beat them right.